Hello, family. How you doing? I'm talking about right now a video. I want to make a video about George Floyd, and God rest his soul. George Floyd, the heinous act of racism it was, and then you got the Derek police officer here asking, and for the other day or other week, he's asking for his lawyer want to set a new venue. So why do you want to set a new venue? Like, if you know ain't nobody did nothing wrong, things like that. Why would you set a new venue? This is a venue of George Floyd's peers, in terms of what happens, in terms of what you did. Like, let's look at it. Let's really look at it. So you want to be treated like a human, but you want to be treated more than a human. You want to be treated supreme. To ask for perks, you got a trial, but to ask the court for perks in our face, another venue. Can you prove in the venue that's added that there's something wrong with it? Can you point out to us, the public, whom you affected, whom you affected? Well, we got to now go around the streets where you policing it, people like you, and you can hold your knee on somebody's neck for 8 minutes and 47 seconds. Well, now this person's out of breath. They can't really run once they out of breath. So now you can handcuff them, you can tase them, but you put your knee to a person's neck until they passed out and was lifeless. It's hard for us to watch that video. The fact that you're able to do this, the fact that you do this and you're still, haggling for a respectful trial when you committed this kind of act. And first of all, the lawyers should be ashamed. You know, it shouldn't even go to trial. Honestly, we should be so protected until when things like that happen and you look at it, it shouldn't go to trial. You should be disdained as a lawmaker, as police officers, that, oh my God, I love you, but you kept your knee in this man's neck. Like, there should be some punishment that's labeled to that. Or officer present, the other officer present should say, hey, no, you can't do that. He's gonna die. Like that. Like a human. Like, oh wait, no. This man is gonna die. This man is gonna die, like alarming situation. Not for you now to expect people not to say anything when you kill somebody. Is that the going drill? Where black people are under attack? Where black men are under attack? Because you find they committed some petty crime or something like that, and you wanna show that you guys are in the position to um, kind of get rid of black people and black men or harm black men against the law, no protection, where you want to kill a person. First of all, the country at large is a problem. The laws at large. And when are we as a people going to understand that we have to, the government itself is responsible for allowing this in terms of black people? When we going to understand that they're allowed, they think they are at large. Nobody's reprimanding them from the head, from the top, to say, hey, this is something that we're not going to deal with. So to give people protection. People, what do you think? Black people, we been brought in here like we can't change or be people. Wait, hold on. So you asking for another venue when you got a court case. What was fearing to them is that there's been a lot of movement from it. But people saw, people can see. You don't have the right to take somebody's life. We're not living in that time where y'all have raging war upon black men and black people. Definitely black men, because we're leaders. A lot of black men don't know that they're leaders because they've been confused and stuff. But we are leaders, and we are people that y'all have studied. We don't care. We, like, a lot of black people are benevolent, but we have took up the baton to be precise about what's going on. So he doesn't deserve to be picking jurors. So that's you picking your freedom in our face. It need to be an outcry about that. I just want to come here and rant about the George Floyd situation and talk about how they're stacking also his case. Like, you don't get to do that. Like, you don't get to decide who judge you like that. You know, you get it for a trial, right? He's afraid. I'm gonna go to jail. But he wasn't afraid the day when he had his knee on this man's neck. He didn't think about it like that. He wasn't like, well, he did commit a crime. He need to go to jail. He tried to use $20. $20 for some cigarettes? This man could have been desperate. This man could have been depressed. Anything could have went. It ain't worth dying. Is that execution now? If a white person would have done that, would George Floyd would have killed him? A crime, a little petty crime. A little petty crime, this man gotta die. And you're asking for something different. I just want to come to my subscribers and come to the media and talk about the George Floyd case and let you guys know he's begging to change the venues, the lawyer, which is somebody who's in authority. The society has allowed these people to raise the question against us unorthodox and unlawfully. That means you're not protected if people feel like they can do that. It's their fault. It's the government's fault for allowing people to treat people like that came from slaves. They're actually only targeting people who are descendants of slavery. No other group, really. Some black people that are in the country do receive that because they don't know us apart until we start speaking and talking. They hear a accent. Other than that, you're just black. But we, the descendants of slaves, are the one that's being targeted. The other groups are being buffered. And a lot of black groups are being sent back, not the Latinos. We understand you guys have a fight too, the black immigrants, but you are taking the side of white supremacy also, a lot of you, because you know that you're not truly us and you want them to accept you, but you have black skin. So you may experience racism, but you're not under America in terms of the way you deal with things. So it's a lot going on there. It's a Jedi mind trick, but George Floyd's murderer, Derek, you don't deserve to be picking out drawers because you shouldn't have had your knee in somebody's neck. You killed somebody's loved one. You can't do that. The country has allowed you to do that as a white person. And you can't do that. That was heinous acts of your heart. You should be punished to the full extent of the law. You kept your knee on somebody's neck in the public until they died because of a petty crime. No, you need to go to prison. And they need to use you for an example. They need to use you for example, and need to apologize for slavery and let our reparations go and our protections and put legislative order in. They need to deal with us and stop talking about the immigrants because these people come here for a better life. They're not us. They don't experience what we experience. And I'm going to come back to talk because there's an Asian crime that happened in Atlanta just a while ago. We don't even know the suspect or what he looked like. Somebody killed 3 Asians. But this is George Floyd I'm talking about, but I'm going to come back and talk about that in my next talk, okay? Somebody just harmed some Asians. I hope it's not us, family. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but I do know that right now we are experiencing a lot of exchanges in the street. Anyway, George Floyd is begging now to have a venue of his own pick and the lawyer. I just want family, you guys to know what's going on. And this is not something I wish I would. That when are we gonna understand the point to the head for correction? That's what Yvette Cornell talk about. Even Professor Black Truth or the Black Authority, because we have to do that. These people think they're allowed. The government is at fault for allowing this. The judicial system, the magistrate, all points to legislative order. In the body, we don't have protected class. We have to get reparation. We need protected class citizenship so that the head can say something to the body. Thank you for joining me.